Well, it's about, I think it's about 9:45 at night now, and I set off walking at what was it, 7 o'clock this evening, and the first part of the walk I did with Jean-Christoph. I walked with him back, to his house. He'd just finished his stage, and in fact just finished his project, which was what he'd basically done is drawn he's looked at it's basically an ascent of Mount Everest, and he's taken the route up Mount Everest taken by Mallory and Irving on their early attempt to climb Mount Everest. Now, nobody really knows whether they got to the top or not, but anyway, what they do know is that they both died a little way below the summit. There was a car coming, so I just step out of the way. And Jean-Christoph offered me a head torch, but I refused to take it, figuring that I'd probably forget to give it him back for tomorrow. But so I have to be a bit careful with the traffic. Anyway, so Irving and Mallory, they both died on Mont Blanc, and Jean-Christoph is interested in this story, as a lot of people are, and he has drawn on the map in this area around Besançon the route, the exact route that they would have taken, but in his case he actually goes to the summit. And then for the last few days he's been actually trying to follow this line as closely as he can. So that means going through forests, going down small cliffs, probably big cliffs if you know anything about Jean-Christoph. Anyway, and today he actually arrived at the summit, so that'll be about the 5th day of walking, or the 5th stage. The summit is actually, it's not a summit at all, it's a place in a village. But to get there he had to cross the river, and if you know anything about the river in Besançon, it's big and it's pretty strong. So anyway, he swam across the river, and so he swam across the river to get to the other side, obviously, to get to his objective, the summit, and then of course he had to swim back again. So today, thankfully it's a hot day, he swam across the river twice, which is quite extreme, very admirable, and well, it's impressive really, but also very dangerous, I think, too. Anyway, so that's what he did today. So me, I'm 2.5 to 2 3/4 hours into the walk, and the walking now is much easier than it was a couple of days back. In fact, the first 3 walks were exhausting, absolutely hell basically. Last night was okay, and tonight it's not finished yet, but I think there's a good chance it's going to be okay. So it's about another 2 hours back into Besançon. So I imagine I'm going to get into Besançon around about midnight. So that'll be 5 hours of the walk done, and then there's just another 2 hours to kill before I can go back to the room and pass over to Laurent, who then has to walk until from 2 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock. Oh no, that's not right, 2 o'clock till 9 o'clock. So he'll have the boulangeries to get some bread at. So yeah, that's about it really. So the worst part of this walk will be the 2 hours that I have to kill walking around Besançon, or going out the other side of Besançon, down the river on the other side, I don't know. gets very in fact tonight's been very nice. This walk has been very pleasant, and it's actually, you know, it's very nice here. You can see the beautiful reflection of the sky off the water there. I'll just slow down a bit, try to keep moving. It's very picturesque. I guess these people in the car wonder what the hell I'm doing with the camera. Sometimes I get a bit worried with this camera because it's got a handle to it, a little bit like a gun. And you never really know whether somebody thinks you're carrying a gun. Anyway, I better pay attention to what's going on here. There's a few more cars coming.